Imagine a world where an asteroid hadn't wiped out the dinosaurs. What would have happened afterwards? And how might their presence have affected mammals like us? It was the kind of cataclysm that we can scarcely imagine. When an asteroid, 15 km wide, 9 miles, slammed into planet Earth 66 million years ago, it struck with a force equivalent to about 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. A radioactive fireball seared everything for hundreds of miles in every direction and created tsunamis that sped halfway around the globe. Even the atmosphere may have started to burn, and no land animal more than 25 kgs, 55 it would be, would survive. In fact, around 75% of all species became extinct. The so-called non-avian dinosaurs didn't have a hope, and only the small feathered flying dinosaurs we know today as birds would make it through. But what if history had taken a different course? What if the asteroid had missed or arrived a few minutes earlier? That is the scenario suggested by researchers featured in The Day the Dinosaurs Died, a recent BBC documentary. These scientists, including geologist Sean Gullick of the University of Texas, argue that if the asteroid had arrived mere moments earlier or later, rather than hitting the shallow waters of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, it would have plunged into the deep sea of the Pacific or Atlantic Oceans, absorbing some of the force and limiting the expulsion of sulfur-rich sediments that choked the atmosphere for the months or years ahead. Had that been the case, there would still have been a catastrophe and extinctions, but some larger dinosaurs may have survived. Pondering the course of this alternative timeline is an intriguing thought experiment that dinosaur scientists are only too enthusiastic to speculate about. Would dinosaurs be here today? Some researchers argue that, even without the asteroid, the reign of the dinosaurs may already have been ending. I take a slightly unorthodox view that dinosaurs were doomed anyway because of cooling climates, says Mike Benton, a paleontologist at the University of Bristol in the UK. They had just about held their own to the end of the Cretaceous, but we know that mammals were diversifying, and dinosaurs had already been declining for 40 million years. Benton believes mammals would still have replaced the dinosaurs. He is an author of a 2016 paper suggesting dinosaurs were slower than mammals at replacing extinct species. Other experts take a very different view. Carnivorous dinosaur researcher Tom Holtz at the University of Maryland in College Park, US, agrees there would have been some extinctions 66 million years ago anyway, due to eruptions and massive lava flows at the Deccan Traps in India. But he says there's nothing otherwise. Once you're into the Paleocene and Eocene, that would have affected general dinosaur biology. It would be a world that Cretaceous dinosaurs would still be comfortable in. Stephen Brusater of the University of Edinburgh adds that dinosaurs had survived well, doing a great diversity of things through changing climates for 160 million years. Dinosaurs were still very adaptable at the end of the Cretaceous. That's not the sign of a group that's wasting away to extinction, just waiting for some asteroid to knock them off. It's the sign of a group that still has a lot of evolutionary potential. Assuming dinosaurs had survived, what factors might have shaped their evolution? Climate change might have perhaps been the first big hurdle. An event known as the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum 55 million years ago, saw average global temperatures reach 8°C hotter than today, and rainforests spanning much of the planet. In this hothouse world with abundant vegetation, perhaps many long-necked sauropods might have grown more rapidly, breeding at a younger age and shrinking in size. Several dwarf sauropods, some little bigger than a cow, were already known from European islands in the late Cretaceous. The largest titanosaurs of mid-Cretaceous South America, 40 meter long, 100 verruft, creatures heavier than 2 jet aircraft, were already long gone. If plant evolution continued as it has in our modern world, the herbivorous dinosaurs would almost certainly have had a diet primarily of flowering plants, notes Matt Bonham, a paleontologist at Stockton University in New Jersey. Given that they are somewhat easier to digest, perhaps we would have seen an overall decrease in body size. The gigantic sizes of Mesozoic dinosaurs might have disappeared. Another major event, about 34 million years ago at the Eoxene-Oligocene boundary, was the separation of South America and Antarctica. This caused a circumpolar current to develop, leading to the formation of the Antarctic ice cap and cooling and drying the world. During the Oligocene and later the Miocene, grasslands then spread across great swathes of the planet. Given that intelligent mammals are possible, could sentient dinosaurs also have evolved? In 1982, Dale Russell, then at the Canadian Museum of Nature in Ottawa, published a paper proposing that an intelligent dinosauroid might one day have evolved. He commissioned a life-sized model, which today looks like an alien from a dated sci-fi show, with green skin and huge eyes. His theory was that the carnivorous dinosaur Troodon had an unusually large brain and might have been the lineage from which brainy dinosaurs evolved. Assuming dinosaurs did make it through to the last few 100,000 years and lived alongside humans, could they have survived to the present day? The answer seems to be yes. But just as humans hunted mammoths and other megafauna to extinction, our population growth and hunting technologies would inevitably have taken a toll on big dinosaurs as we spread across the globe. There could have been a Pleistocene dinosaur megafaunal extinction event as the humans migrate out of whatever corner of the world they came from, Holtz says.